In LA this week, Marquise Harris-Dawson takes the oath of office as he joins LA City Council.
I'm Anna Margos. It's a place where homeless families have a place to go. More on the amazing story of the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission's Home Again project. That story coming up.
80% golf, 20% soccer, a popular European sport that's hitting the Southland. I'm Rancho, and that story's up next.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. Our top story this week, he brings decades of community activism to his new job as council member for LA's 8th District. Marquise Harris-Dawson won his seat by a landslide, beating out 3 competitors. As Ana Marcos reports, his swearing in was quite a community event.
Female mariachis added to the celebration of this important milestone for the 8th District, the swearing in of new council member Marquise Harris-Dawson, a longtime community activist who's determined to bring economic justice to South LA. He thanked one of his own mentors, Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas.
There was a young activist that had been at SCLC that was kicking up dust on the city council, and I said, well, maybe I don't need to go to South Africa and fight apartheid. Maybe there's something I can do at home. And so I thank you for your example.
Marquise has fought the LA School District to bring better conditions to South LA schools, and he has spoken out against apartheid and racial injustice. Now, as council member, he promises to bring jobs, housing, and transportation to his district and to make it a safer place to live.
When he moved from South Los Angeles, in the midst of the difficulties of the 1980s, he said, I will never let another family be pushed out because of violence and the lack of economic opportunities, and he came home. He made good on that promise.
We have great expectations. We have great hope.
It was a grassroots effort that got Harris-Dawson here. His campaign team made 20,000 house calls and door-to-door visits to get him here.
Yeah, I still feel like crying because of seeing him do this. It's a parent's dream. Yeah, it's a parent's dream. So I don't want to cry. I look very bad when I cry.
There were tears of joy and plenty of hugs. And then it was down to business as Marquise joined another new council member, David Rue, for their first day on the job.
I couldn't be prouder to have my first vote be cast for Herb J. Wesson as president of the LA City Council.
After a general swearing in, this newly reshuffled team of council members is ready to lead LA. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Harris-Dawson has convened a team of more than 50 community leaders to help him target neighborhood needs during his first year in office. Well, it's been 3 years since President Obama passed his landmark immigration policy known as DACA. Young undocumented immigrants have benefited through extended work visas, driver's licenses, and reprieves from deportation. But as Gil Reyes reports, many others have yet to take advantage.
I didn't have the little piece of paper.
Recent college graduate Monica Ascalani has lived legally in Southern California for most of her life. But when her visa expired, she became an undocumented citizen, threatened by deportation.
Even with my bachelor's degree, I couldn't work in the United States. I couldn't drive and I didn't have a bank account.
Fortunately for her, she applied for DACA, President Obama's Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. It got her that driver's license, a bank account, and a 2-year renewable work permit, allowing her to stay in California and in the United States, at least for now.
And now I work here at the Mexican consulate doing documentation, where I meet lots of young people that qualify for DACA, but they don't even know what DACA is.
Undocumented immigrants qualify if they entered the U.S. before their 16th birthday and have lived here since June 2007. Immigration officials say 1.6 million young people may be eligible.
But we feel that perhaps there is another 500,000 additional kids that are not aware of that, they don't have information, or they don't have the economic means what we want to offer them is not only legal advising, but also the possibility of financing to them one way or the other.
Carlos Sada, the Mexican Consul General in LA, says his office is helping Mexican nationals with the application process. And while a planned sequel to DACA offering exemptions for undocumented parents of U.S. citizens is tied up in the courts, DACA is awaiting applicants.
This is a success for these young people who have now benefited from DACA. It's a success for their families, but most importantly, it's a success for this country because they're benefiting from their talent and from the taxes of these young people.
At the Mexican consulate in Los Angeles, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Mexican citizens who need financial assistance when applying for DACA can call the Mexican consulate at 213-351-6825. A new 90-bed shelter in the valley is giving hope to families who've been left homeless. Anna Marcos shows us the grand reopening of the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission. Anna.
Yana, walk into the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission and you feel like you're home. Here's the emotional story of its grand reopening. It's the little touches that matter here. A reading nook, custom cribs, stuffed animals.
We want it to feel like home. We want it to feel like the streets are behind you. You're not going to sleep in your car again. This is home.
Call it a rebirth. Last year, the San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission was gutted by fire, leaving 20 families homeless. That's when Councilmember Mitch Englander jumped into action.
I grew up not far from here, and I grew up much like Myrna, a single mom who lost everything. We lost our house. And my brother went into foster care, and I know what it's like to lose everything.
Englander got help from council members, the community, businesses, city employees, even the LA Dodgers. Together, they raised money to build the new San Fernando Valley Rescue Mission, while a temporary one operated down the street. Advocates say a third of today's new homeless are families, and they need shelters.
Women with children is the fastest growing segment of the population to be homeless.
Myrna Navarro, pregnant with 2 kids, was one of the new homeless. She was lucky to get into the shelter before it burned down.
I was still unsure what I was going to do and who I would turn to. Sorry.
Thanks to the shelter, the baby on the way has now grown into a bouncing little girl. And Myrna now has a job and is learning sign language so she can help the disabled. And she has a new apartment.
And now that they see this new facility, they're like, oh, can we go back homeless again? Because they love this place. It's amazing.
But this facility is still only halfway through its $6 million fundraising campaign. It still needs money. For example, there are no computers. Anyone who wants to donate can visit www.sfvrescuemission.org. Yana?
Anna, thanks. The staff at the Rescue Mission works with the families for up to a year to help them with life skills and job training to get them back on their feet. Well, how can the Port of LA operate more efficiently? That's the question local, state, and Port of LA officials are trying to answer as they determine new ways to better service the San Pedro Bay Port Complex. Rasha Goel has more.
The mayors of Los Angeles and Long Beach joined national officials to discuss the collaboration of the Port of Los Angeles and Port of Long Beach to help increase efficiencies at the trade gateways.
We're here in unison as two cities, as labor and management, across different levels of government, because we realize that this is also the Western Hemisphere's gateway to the world. And the work that is done in these ports supports local jobs too, more than 1 million jobs in Southern California alone.
Months after the end of a labor battle and backup of cargo ships, congestion has been significantly improved.
And over the last few months, we've helped to restore cargo flow by taking steps like creating a gray chassis pool, which has already helped us greatly here, a free-flow cargo operation, and we're incorporating new and better technology into this port complex.
While the Port of Los Angeles and Port of Long Beach are competitive and separate entities, they also work together as part of a larger complex.
The incredible economic impact that the port's making also include 1 out of every 8 jobs in Long Beach somehow are related to trade, goods movement. I think it's 1 in every 12 in Los Angeles relate to goods movement and port trade.
Los Angeles and Long Beach are indeed the gateway to really the future of trade in America. Because the middle class, something like 85% of the middle class in 10 years or so is going to be living in Asia. And consumption is what drives the global economy.
Officials say the opportunities for growth are immense.
Last year, the United States exported $2.34 trillion worth of goods, which was a nearly 50% increase since 2009. And these exports supported 11.7 million jobs nationwide, 800,000 of which are supported by California exports.
The two ports working together will continue to ensure they serve the San Pedro Bay, known as the fastest route between Asia and the United States. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
The ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach handle 43% of the goods entering the U.S. and approximately 27% of exports. And in LA's harbor region, other efficiency efforts are underway as officials remove blight and boost recreation by going back to basics at a county-run drain. Gil Reyes takes us there.
Mexican dancers helped unveil the newest nature trail in the mostly Latino community of Harbor City, with paved walking paths, drought-resistant plants, and built-in systems to help maintain precious water.
Come to Council 15 to see the progress being made on how we're addressing water issues in the city of Los Angeles.
3, 2, 1, yay!
Councilman Joe Buscaino says he loves ribbon cuttings. This one especially sweet since he remembers how blighted this half-mile area used to be when he patrolled it as an LAPD cop. Now dubbed the Harbor City Greenway, local leaders say the improvements enhance water quality at nearby Machado Lake, also at the Wilmington Drain flood control channel just east of the park.
This year we are celebrating the 100-year anniversary of our flood control district. So it's only fitting that we're involved in projects like this.
As part of the renovations, crews have removed 45,000 tons of sediment from the drain to improve flood protection. They've also installed netting in the water to collect floating trash.
But then also provide some habitat and some open space for the community to enjoy. And these are the new ways of managing water, this integrated solution.
And a new nature lovers destination in Harbor City. Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Total cost of the half-mile Greenway, $16 million. Voter-approved Proposition O bonds and the LA County Flood Control District paid for the project. Well, Rancho Park joins more than 250 other golf courses in the U.S. to provide a new sport, one that's already popular in European countries. Rasha Goel explains.
I love soccer. I've been playing it for 8 years. Golf, I just started 3 weeks ago, but I'm really enjoying it. I think this is an amazing sport. I could play both at the same time.
Lucas Lee is one of many who has found a new sport at the Rancho Park Golf Course in West Los Angeles. It's called Footgolf.
It's a blend of 80% golf, 20% soccer. And if you want to know, to quote an article from Sports Illustrated, it's the essence of golf minus the equipment.
The object is to kick the soccer ball into the cup in as few shots as possible. Councilman Paul Koretz also gave it a kick.
Yeah!
Officials say they hope Footgolf will help generate a greater interest in golf as well, as they have seen a decline in people playing the sport over the recent years.
A few hundred golf courses have closed across the country as a result. This new sport actually may provide a real resurgence.
It's the first Footgolf course on the west side of town.
Youth, families, like we say, you can play regular golf and Footgolf actually at the same time.
And you don't have to be an expert in either.
Anyone can play. All you need is a soccer ball.
I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
No lessons are needed, and it's open to folks of all ages. While high-speed internet has drastically changed how we live and communicate, now city officials say it also has the potential to change how we get health care, thanks to a new citywide initiative called CityLink LA. Your smart device isn't just for texting, playing games, or checking email anymore. It's also becoming a valuable healthcare tool you can use to connect with a doctor and treat symptoms.
Within a couple of minutes, you're in front of a doctor, and the doctor says, I'm here to help you. Tell me about your sore throat. And you have a conversation. The doctor may have you tug on this or do this or that, and the visit really wraps up.
The idea is known as telehealth, an innovation that is helping transform the way healthcare is delivered. The idea is simple, using your smartphone, tablet, or computer to talk to your doctor. And more healthcare providers are investing in telehealth as a way to expand access to healthcare, make it more affordable, and improve the patient's overall experience.
The plot thickens. It's no longer just about how many hospitals you can open. It's really about how can you reach the people that live there with quality health care.
Experts say that people now more than ever will be seeking care mostly due to the Affordable Care Act. And many patients are embracing the convenience of this technology, especially busy moms who need care for a sick child.
They can get on and have a visit and have the doctor generate a sick slip for school if it's needed, a prescription if it's appropriate. All this can be done in about 10-15 minutes. And when that happens, those users are raving fans.
And soon, this new technology will be even more accessible in Los Angeles as city leaders launch a new initiative called CityLink LA, providing high-speed internet and Wi-Fi to all LA residents and businesses.
Improved connectivity allows Anthem and many others to transform the way healthcare is delivered. Urgent care visits is just scratching the surface. We're working with physicians around the country, including here in California, to use telehealth to offer their practice to their patients.
Health groups say access to telehealth will allow patients to visit with their doctor from the comfort of their own home.
It's not broadband in your pocket, it's healthcare in your pocket. Your ability to have healthcare surround you in your home. Essentially, think of your medicine cabinet at home where you open the door of the medicine cabinet and there's a little physician sitting inside there ready to take care of you. That's the implication of having connectivity. Healthcare will be where you are.
And city officials hope CityLink LA will be the engine that helps drive improved and more convenient healthcare for all Angelenos. City officials are now accepting bids from internet providers interested in partnering with the city on the project. A new flight at Los Angeles International Airport is linking Los Angeles to Africa like never before. Rich Samuels has more.
Ethiopian Airlines Flight 504 arrived at the Tom Bradley Terminal to a grand celebration as it inaugurated an important new service linking 3 continents.
I have no words to express it. I'm very emotional and I feel like as if I miss my mom and she's coming to visit me. So I feel home again.
When Ethiopian Airlines Flight 504 arrived this morning, it became the only carrier from the continent of Africa among 60 other airlines operating at the airport. For that, we're proud.
The new service offers not only the shortest flying time from Los Angeles to Ethiopia, but connections to 52 destinations throughout Africa.
So we're very excited about the relationship, the expanded relationship between Los Angeles and Ethiopia, California and Ethiopia, and the United States and Ethiopia.
And that's not all. The same flight includes a stop in Dublin, Ireland, the only non-stop flight available between the Irish city and Los Angeles. But the new connections mean more than increased tourism.
It's going to represent hundreds of millions of dollars to the Los Angeles economy, bringing not only tourism, but business.
Ethiopian Airlines flights to Dublin and Los Angeles will operate 3 times a week aboard the new Boeing 787 Dreamliner.
Ethiopian Airlines is a pride of Africa and a pride of all Ethiopians all over the world.
And now it's the pride of LAX, helping to bring the world a little closer together. From the Tom Bradley Terminal, I'm Rich Samuels for LA This Week.
Ethiopian Airlines now links 87 destinations across 5 continents. While efforts are underway to give all Angelenos more access to the city's natural wide open space, as local and state leaders work to make the most of what lies in our backyard. With plenty of natural beauty and outdoor recreation surrounding LA, city and state officials are not only hoping to preserve it, but also expand it. Congressman Adam Schiff and a group of community representatives recently toured the natural areas, historic sites, and other treasures that make up the rim of the Valley Corridor. All these sites are part of a current proposal which seeks to expand the Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area.
That would do a lot of things. It would help preserve open space,
It would help preserve wildlife corridors. It would create new programs for folks who aren't necessarily that close to Santa Monica's now, but the Park Service is talking about operating, offices in downtown LA and in other parts of the corridor. It would really just bring tremendous benefits to Angelenos throughout the LA area.
Rim of the Valley is a set of mountains and other historic sites that include the LA River, Arroyo Seco, North Atwater Park, Griffith Park, El Pueblo Historical Monument, and other areas that form a ring around the San Fernando Valley. Community members support the expansion of the National Recreation Area for many reasons.
Just incredible resources to preserve for future generations. Basically what we're saying is connect the dots in preservation for future generations.
Several years ago, Congressman Adam Schiff introduced legislation to study expanding the Santa Monica Mountains Recreation Area to include the areas around the rim of the valley. Recently, the Park Service has completed a draft recommendation, more than doubling the size of the recreation area.
So we want to keep that wildlife present. We want to live in harmony with that wildlife, and part of that is protecting the habitat.
Other community advocates say that many minority and low-income LA residents lack access to open space and parks, but an expanded recreation area would help offer a solution.
The Rim of the Valley study, coupled with the San Gabriel National Monument and other proposals for greening the LA River, today that is the best opportunity we have to implement that kind of vision of a continuous network of parks, playgrounds, and beaches and rivers for all the people of LA.
City leaders recently came out to preview an Expo light rail test train at the nearly finished Palm Station. That's the focus of This Week in Tweets. Los Angeles Mayor and Metro Board Chair Eric Garcetti, along with council members Mike Bonin, Paul Koretz, LA County Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas, and other light rail officials toured the new transit system that's part of the Expo line extension from Culver City to Santa Monica. Expo Light Rail tweeted a pic of the mayor and Ridley Thomas, posting, "Thanks, Eric Garcetti, for helping us celebrate Expo progress." Council District 11 Councilmember Mike Bonin tweeted, "The Expo line is 90% complete, and I got a preview of our near future in Palms today." Mark Ridley Thomas tweeted a pic of him giving a thumbs up inside the train, tweeting, "Celebrating Expo line Phase 2, all aboard!" Completion of the second phase is scheduled for early 2016, allowing commuters to ride from downtown LA to Santa Monica for the first time in more than 60 years. And that's a look at This Week in Tweets. Well, the building that houses the LADWP marks two major milestones. Getting around LA on two wheels is about to get a lot easier, and the intersection in front of John Marshall High School is named after former councilmember Tom LaBonge. All these stories in CityBeat. Los Angeles city officials recently marked the 50th anniversary of the John Ferraro building, which houses the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power's headquarters. Officials also announced that the building received LEED certification, meaning the building meets certain standards of energy efficiency. Some of those efficiencies include solar panels, integrated heating and cooling, energy-efficient fixtures, water conservation gardens, and more.
You had to be able to show that you had reduced your energy usage in the building by 25% over the last year as compared to one of the previous 5 years, which we were able to do.
The building was built in 1965 as an all-electric building and resembled a power transformer surrounded by a reflecting pool and 6 large fountains. A new photo exhibit showcasing the building's history was also unveiled in the lobby. A bike-sharing program that will make more than 1,000 bikes available for short-term use in downtown Los Angeles is set to begin in 2016, thanks to an $11 million contract awarded by the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority. The bicycles will be available from 65 stations around downtown Los Angeles, including Union Station and other downtown rail stations, the Los Angeles Convention Center, Grand Central Market, Pershing Square, the Arts District, and the University of Southern California area. Bicycle Transit Systems, Inc. won the contract to run the program. Mayor Eric Garcetti, who sits on the Metro Board, said the program will help provide new options for Angelenos to get around. The bike-sharing program marks the first step in Metro's plan to bring bike share to cities across the county. LA City Council designated the intersection of Tracy and St. George Streets in front of John Marshall High School in Los Feliz as Tom LaBonge Square for his contributions to his alma mater. LaBonge, a Marshall alum, helped lead the efforts to save the school's Gothic main building, which was slated for demolition after the 1971 Sylmar earthquake. He also worked with the Los Angeles Unified School District Board of Education and Los Angeles County to fund and build the school's new Mike Haynes Stadium and Hugh Boyd Field, which are used for football games and track meets. Councilman Mitch O'Farrell called the lifelong Angelino the biggest booster of all things remarkable about this city. LaBonge spent nearly 40 years with the city as a council and mayoral aide and 14 years as a councilman. Well, theater is alive and well across Los Angeles, and now the city is celebrating with special recognition. Rich Samuels has more.
3, 2, 1.
City officials, artists, and craftspeople gathered at the corner of Santa Monica Boulevard and Wilcox Avenue to introduce Hollywood Theater Row, a new designation at the heart of the city's theater community.
Arts translate into economic growth and they make our neighborhoods more livable. $343,000 in grant funding was given to theaters from our own Department of Cultural Affairs last year. That's 15% of the Department of Cultural Affairs grants.
The City Council unanimously approved O'Farrell's motion acknowledging Hollywood Theater Row here at the highest concentration of live theater in the entire city. It's a move the arts community appreciates.
This is where actors, directors, artists of all kind, craftsmen come to either get better at what they do or to create something for the next level.
But a lot of people, especially tourists passing through, are really unaware of this. They're unaware that there is a thriving theater district here.
There's nothing like a sign, because the sign gets recognition to people.
People, artists, directors, writers, designers, community leaders, and arts patrons who keep arts thriving across the city. I'm Rich Samuels for LA This Week.
Each year, hundreds of thousands of audience members enjoy live theater in the city of Los Angeles. According to O'Farrell, that's a contribution of $2 million to the local economy. Well, a city race through the heart of Hollywood, a behind-the-scenes tour of a legendary theater, and an acrobatic feast for the eyes and ears. All these in this week's Things to Do. Enjoy a day in historic Hollywood at the home of Hollywood's first movie premiere. On Saturday, July 18th, take a docent-led behind-the-scenes tour of the legendary 1922 Egyptian Theater, followed by a screening of the historic film Forever Hollywood, featuring interviews with more than 20 actors and filmmakers. See what it would have been like to be in a Grauman stage show with a visit to the dressing rooms and singers' boxes. Check out the state-of-the-art projection booth and more. Discover the painstaking restoration work and the marriage of modern technology with a landmark of Hollywood history. Tours start at 10:30 a.m. at the box office and are 1 hour, so wear your walking shoes. The Egyptian Theater is located at 6712 Hollywood Boulevard. For more details, visit AmericanCinematicCalendar.com. No place in Los Angeles holds the mythical allure of Hollywood, where legendary stars of the silver screen are swept into celebrity-studded red carpet premieres at the world-famous Chinese theater. Now discover or rediscover old Hollywood's lost glamour, faded past, as well as its astonishing rebirth in this exciting city race hunt through the heart of one of the most famous neighborhoods in the world. You'll also use your digital or cell phone camera to capture your team's very own Hollywood screen test for bonus points. It's the latest city race urban adventure through the heart of Hollywood, and it's happening on Saturday, July 18th. For more, visit racela.com.
Coming to Symphony Halls in fall 2015.
For the music lover in you, the LA Phil presents Cirque Musica on Sunday, July 19th at the Hollywood Bowl. Cirque Musica will take you on a journey of spellbinding grace and daredevil athleticism, featuring glorious orchestral music performed live in artistic partnership with the greatest circus performers from around the world. Don't miss this edge-of-your-seat experience where you'll be awed by beauty, thrills, and majesty. It's presented by the LA Phil. For tickets and information, visit HollywoodBowl.com. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.